What is up, everybody? So first I want to start this video a way that I haven't started a video in a while. I just want to express my gratitude and just appreciation for you clicking on this video. For anybody that's ever clicked on one of my videos, I fully understand how many people there are out there making videos and how many videos there are out there on YouTube, and the fact that you have clicked on this video, it really does mean a lot to me. It might sound really cheesy to you and you might think I'm being a super huge cheese ball, but I really honestly do, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate anybody that clicks on my videos. It's just it's a crazy feeling that I can make these videos and just put them out there, and there'll be people that click on them. It might not be the most people in the world that click on my videos, but the amount of people that do, and the community that it has started from, you know, these videos that I just started putting on Facebook on YouTube, blows my mind. It's amazing, and I really try not to take advantage of it, or I try not to, you know, take it for granted is the right word. I really appreciate you guys, and I just want to say thank you. Okay, now to the topic. Sorry about that. I just really wanted you guys to understand that. I always put that at the end of the videos, and I want you guys to hear it in the very beginning. But today I want to talk about something that I think is, I don't know why it's been put on my heart, but I feel like it's really important. So you guys know that I always talk about, you know, my weight loss. I've lost 170 pounds, how I was able to do that, right? I always talk about how I defeated it, how I did it, the things that I have for you guys, you know, the things that I've learned from, you know, losing all the weight. But today I want to talk about the things that I did wrong, the hundreds of times that I tried to lose weight before. Because I lost my weight when I was 20 years old, okay? So I'm 23 now. That's weird. I'm 23 now, and I started losing weight when I was 20 years old. So, you know, up until I was 20, I tried losing weight. I mean, when I was a little kid, my mom tried to put me on diets. When, you know, I was always on diets when I was a little kid. I tried multiple. You guys know how it is. If you're someone that's morbidly obese, you've tried. It's not like you've never tried to lose weight. You try a million times. So I want to talk about the things that I did that were the main reasons why I did not lose weight. So hopefully you are not making these same mistakes that I made. So the first thing that just really comes to my mind when I think of, you know, trying to lose weight and failing was I didn't take it very seriously. I wouldn't really commit to it 100%, because it's very easy for us to, you know, say we're gonna lose weight but not really think that we're gonna be doing it, and not really try and commit to it. So something for me that was huge when I actually ended up losing the weight was I actually told people that I was gonna be doing this. And something that I was doing before was I wouldn't really tell anyone, because I was almost ashamed of how many times I'd failed before and how many times I'd messed up, that I just wouldn't tell anybody, because I felt like I was just gonna let them down. They're not gonna believe me. They're just gonna make fun of me, all this stuff, right? So that was something that I would do that I feel like was really detrimental, was just not telling anybody, kind of keeping it a secret, keeping it for me. Now I get that everyone's different, right? Some people are very private with you know, the way that they do things, but for me, obviously I'm a public person, and having people root for me and having people know that I'm doing something and kind of that accountability, that's really huge for me, and that's something that really helped me out a tremendous amount. Now the second thing that I did that I think a lot of people, you know, make this offense is I was not taking the two parts as seriously as I should have. So part one is obviously diet, most important. Part two is exercise. I really believe that if you're going to be successful long term, you need to be having both of those in your routine, and you need to stick to both of those as much as you can. So before, this is so ridiculous. I didn't understand how it worked, right? So before, this is not me exaggerating, this is a true story. I used to go to the gym for 30 minutes. I would sit on the elliptical the whole time, or stand on the elliptical, you know what that one is. And I would sit for 30 minutes, and I would go hard. You know what I'm saying? I would go hard, and I would be sweating everywhere, and I was drenched, and I had a good workout. I had a good cardio workout, you know? And so I would be like, man, all right, I killed that. You know, it's kind of late. I'm gonna go get a burrito. Every time. Every time. A California burrito. If you don't know what that is, it's a carne asada burrito, so a meat burrito with cheese, and then it has french fries inside of the burrito, and then it's wrapped in a tortilla, obviously, because it's a burrito. Like, so many calories are in that thing. Sour cream, guacamole, you name it, it was in that burrito. And so I just wasn't taking both parts as seriously as I should have. I wasn't. So there was no way. You guys know that diet is 90%, 95% of your weight loss, right? So if you're not taking your diet seriously, you're not gonna get the results that you want. It's impossible. It's not gonna happen. That was probably my biggest offense, was I wouldn't take the diet seriously. In my mind, it was like, well, if I do this cardio and I do this working out, I won't gain any weight, so you know, I'm kind of just like gonna level out. But in reality, that's just not how it works, right? So that was probably my second offense that I would make. Third offense was making myself feel like I earned a lot of stuff, right? So I would I would diet for maybe 3 days or do really well for about 3 days, and then in my head I was like, well, I earned this cheat meal, right? So I'd eat the cheat meal, and if people knew that I was losing weight, they would kind of do the whole thing where like, well, aren't you supposed to be losing weight? And that would make me feel worse. So in my head I'm like, man, I'm not even doing that good of a job. I keep messing up. Like I would just get in my head too much, and then that would just kind of spiral out of control. I just like making myself feel like I earned. Like, now it's good to have, you know, cheat meals and stuff like that. I really feel like it's good to have a balance, but when you're earning cheat meals every other day, it's probably not the best thing, you know? Now the fourth thing, I know this might even just like kind of go against what I just said with earning things, but the fourth thing was I would cut everything out sometimes to the point where the diet wasn't sustainable. Like I would cut out anything that was considered good food, you know. I would end up eating only broccoli and rice, and like I would just cut everything out of my diet. And the reason that was, I feel like, was detrimental is because it wasn't sustainable. And when something's not sustainable, that basically means you're not gonna be able to do it for a very long time, right? So if you're not gonna be able to do it for a very long time, you might be able to do it for a few days or a few weeks or whatever, but once you hit the point where you're done with it, you're gonna end up rebounding, and I would rebound and just binge like crazy. So you know, make sure that you're not just going way too hard. I really recommend, you know, just easing yourself into it. Take those tiny baby steps that you need to take, because yeah, it might take a little bit longer, but if it takes you maybe an extra 6 months to lose the weight or whatever it is, but you're able to keep it off, isn't that better than losing the weight a lot faster but then gaining it right back? I really think that it's better. And you know, a lot of this stuff is just stuff that I've learned, and I really think that there's a lot of value in this, because there's so many steps that you can misstep, you know. There's so many things that you can mess up on when you're trying to lose weight, and it really is, I hate to say it like this, and I'm not trying to sound cheesy, but it really is a battlefield. And there's a lot of people, with the amount of information that's out there on the internet, with the amount of, you know, people that are just throwing information at you, and a lot of times the information that they're giving you might be wrong, and most of the times the information they're giving you is just so they can make money. You know, they might be trying to sell you a pill that's gonna make you lose weight. They might be trying to sell you this. In reality, you know, weight loss comes down to being in a caloric deficit. You know, calories in versus calories out. I've made a ton of videos about this, but I really believe that how your mindset is when you first start your weight loss journey is very, very important. I think it's imperative that you're in a healthy mindset. You know, you're thinking, okay, this is something that I want to do long term. This is something that I can see myself maintaining after a while. You're taking those baby steps when you're starting. Maybe you have to tell a couple friends that you're going to be losing weight, so they're there to support you, so you're not feeling like you're doing it all by yourself. All of these things I think are very, very, very important. So that's gonna be the video for today, you guys. I really hope it helped you guys out. My battery's about to die, so I have to go. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There was one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look up my fam.